Is it time to send the older players out to pasture? Let's talk about it.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Kunitz and shot. Penguins win it! Sees part for Crosby to the goal. He scores!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
And on Fay, the shot. He scores! Here's Crosby with a burst of speed up the middle. Gets all that scores!
They're a collective.
Andy Kyoto is beating Minamaki's brains in. What a show!
The Pittsburgh Penguins trimmed down their training camp roster down to 43 players, and it still has some young guns on that roster. Me and Josh are going to take a look at the list of names that are under the age of 24, and we're going to guess, predict, do they make the opening night roster for the Pittsburgh Penguins? Now, these guys can be used as a scratch, but they have to be on the final roster going into October 7th. Josh, who are the young guns under 24 and younger, that are currently on this 43-man roster?
Yeah, so out of the gate, we're just going to mention 3 who are currently hurt. So we had Joel Blomqvist was just listed as week to week with an injury. Rucker McGroarty is still out, and Tanner Howe. So those 3, we're just going to set them aside. They are 24 and under. They technically fall under this category, but we're not going to talk about them right now. So the 11, it's down to 11, which is a lot. 11 young guys under the age of 24. No particular order, okay? Tristan Brose, Ben Kindle, Avery Hayes, Harrison Brunick, Owen Pickering, Sam Poulin, Phil Tomasino, Sergei Murashov, Artur Silovs, and Taylor Gautier.
Yeah, we always.
And lastly, Chase Pytila.
Nice.
Okay, so that's the 11. There's some obvious ones that are not going to make it. There's some obvious ones that will make it. Sure. So, do you want to go first? Do you want me to rattle off where I'm at?
I think what we should do is start with the hardest to easiest. So let's start with the forwards. Okay, then we can go into defensemen and then obviously goaltending, because that is a whole mess right now for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Let's start with the forwards, Josh. And why don't you go ahead with the first name, which, if we're doing alphabetical, it would be Tristan Brose, Josh.
Okay, Tristan Brose. He is putting in a very nice training camp in preseason, but I'm going to say Tristan Brose does not make the final roster.
Very, very interesting. I listen, I want him to make the roster just because we're going to say this a lot in this episode. Kyle Dubas wants to make the team younger. Kyle Dubas wants to make this team young and I guess effective would be the best next best word. And Tristan Brose has shown a lot in this preseason. I know it's a short preseason, but I do believe that he could be one of those young guys who's sneaky that comes into the roster. Now, if he doesn't make the roster, I'm not heartbroken about that. That's not a big deal breaker. There are some in this list that I would be heartbroken if they did not make the roster. I just want to clarify. This one is not. Tristan Brose does not make the roster in the end for me, Josh.
Fair enough. All right, so next on that forwards list in alphabetical order, then, if I'm looking at this correctly, would be Ben Kindle.
Ben Kindle. Josh, this is our first round draft pick, 11th overall.
Yeah.
At first, if you go back to our live stream when we covered this, I said, Kindle? Who the heck is Kindle? We should have got what's the guy's name we were freaking out over?
Eklund?
Eklund. I was like,
Victor Eklund?
why do we get Victor Eklund? You know? Then we got Kindle, and I said, great, we're getting Eklund and this guy. You know, like, who cares? But then we traded away our 12th pick. So all that went away. But we used our 11th pick for Kindle. And let me tell you, I was not happy with that. Not really interested to see him come into this roster. But man, has he proved me wrong. He is good. He is strong. He has that lower body strength that we have seen before on the Pittsburgh Penguins. So I think he has a lot of great attributes. I think he makes the roster opening night, similar to McGroarty last year, kind of how the same way. Hey, we're gonna put him in. Let's see how he goes the first couple nights. Then we'll send him down to Wilkes-Barre. You know, whatever the case may be. I think he makes the opening night roster, Josh.
Yeah, I am on the Ben Kindle train. I mentioned it in the special live stream after Marc-Andre Fleury's game. Super impressed with Ben Kindle this preseason. Was not expecting it from him. I was excited to see him play when, knowing that he was going to make the training camp roster. And I mean, he's playing like what an 11th overall pick should play like.
Yeah, that's fair.
You want to see that from that high level draft pick. Albeit we had, like you said, we didn't know who he was coming out of the draft, so we were expecting way less. So I don't know if he's actually just living up to normal standards or he's just blowing away our expectations.
That is true. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah.
With that, I am in the same category as you. I do believe Ben Kindle makes the opening night roster, kind of shakes things up as the first overall pick for the Penguins this year.
Next up, Josh, we have Koivunen. All right. We didn't get to see him, right? I'm correct on the list?
I may have missed him when I initially rattled it off, but I think you're right. I think Koivunen is next.
And next up, he is 22 years old.
Yeah.
Ville Koivunen. We saw him at the end of last season. All right. Obviously, he spent a majority of his time in Wilkes-Barre, and then he came up at the end of the season with McGroarty, and immediately everyone fell in love with him, right? They had high expectations. Yes, would they have liked to see a little bit more production out of Koivunen? Sure, but he's young.
Scoring, but he got seven assists in 8 games.
100%. Yeah, he just needs the goals, but he gets points on the board. I think he is a shoo-in. Honestly, I'd put money down that Koivunen is starting on the first night. And honestly, I could see him on that second line, first line. I don't care. I know he played a little bit with Sidney Crosby. Me and Josh were just talking before the episode aired. Raquel was a third center in a preseason game and Flowers preseason game. Koivunen, Crosby, Rust.
Not bad.
I don't know. That sounds good to me. To me. Josh.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right on the head. Just like Rucker, who I said we're not going to talk about, but when healthy, he was going to be a shoo-in to make the opening night roster, and I think the same goes for Koivunen, without a shadow of a doubt. So now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the next one should then be Avery Hayes, if we're going in right order here.
As forwards?
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss him?
We actually did it backwards.
I skipped over him. We went down to Kindle.
Yeah, that was on me because I went to Kindle. So that's on me.
Sure.
Don't know my alphabet. Sometimes
it's
when
good.
I'm at
I think
work,
you saw. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I'm at work and I got to organize files, I literally have to say the alphabet out loud when I'm going through the files. So
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, H, okay,
yeah.
There you go.
H.
So we
did
miss Hayes, Avery Hayes.
Avery Hayes.
Josh, does he make the roster?
He was my pick in before the preseason. I liked him in Wilkes-Barre last year. I like him so far this year. I have him making it.
Really?
I have him making the roster.
Interesting.
I do. I think he's going to take one of the older players' spots. He's my guy.
Interesting. Here's where we finally disagree. I do not think he makes the roster this season. I think he needs to see a little more production in Wilkes-Barre. And, I see him go down to Wilkes-Barre. I think he thrives in Wilkes-Barre more. Dude had 23 points in 60 games. So I think... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. No, I was right. 23 points in 60 games. I think he... give him a little more experience. And that's it. That's all. That's all I see.
Fair
from
enough.
Him. Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. He had 23 goals. Whoopsie. He had 42 points in 60 games. That's pretty good.
That sounds more right.
Yeah, I saw
That's what I'm
you
saying,
looking off to the side. I was like,
he was,
probably got that wrong.
because I remember him being third in points behind Koivunen and Rucker on our team in the AHL. So I was like, I knew it was a little bit higher, but yeah,
Sorry,
nonetheless,
got the points wrong.
That's fair enough for you.
I still don't think he makes the roster. That doesn't sway my opinion.
Okay.
I think he might be a call up later, which is fine. I just don't think he makes opening night. And now, Josh, our next person, if I'm correct, Sam Poulin.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. Sam Poulin.
Yeah. Love the person. You kind of have to preface it. Love the comeback story. I don't think he's there.
Really?
I think he may be the first rounder that could have been, and he's just, I don't know if he makes it. So I'm going to say final answer, no, he does not make the final NHL roster.
Here's where I agree with you, and he falls in the very same category we just put Hayes in. I don't think he starts the season, but I think he makes his way up there. I think he had, played only 7 games last year in Wilkes-Barre. And that was last season. We don't know where he's at longevity-wise. We don't know. Yes, he could show spots of greatness, which he does every training camp for the last couple of seasons. I think he's shown a lot in the training camp, which is great, which is why we like Sam Poulin. You love this comeback story. You love that, who he is as a person. I just think he's not starting October 7th. I think he gets caught up later, and that's fine. And I think that's great because guess what? McGroarty put a lot of pressure on him, started the season, and after 4 or 5 games, got sent down to Wilkes-Barre. I could see anyone who I list that makes the starting roster could be sent down, and then Sam Poulin gets called up. I could see that happening, and I'm okay with that. Josh, the next person.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Actually, the last forward is someone who is surprisingly younger than I expected.
Yeah, go ahead, say his name.
Phil Tomasino.
Yeah, Josh, all right, say it with me. Yeah, he's making the roster. He's a
shoo-in.
He's a shoo-in. I mean, he is an NHL guy, so he's definitely going to make the roster. Cannot wait to see him play with Evgeny Malkin. I think he's a shoo-in for the second line. Yeah. So I think he's going to play really well. Him, Tommy Novak, Gino, sounds like a great second line.
Wow. So wait, just from this conversation, I think we got your first 2 lines. We got Koivunen, Crosby, Rust,
Gino, Novak, and Tomasino. Tell me those aren't putting up numbers.
Wait, so you're going to have Tommy Novak center the second line?
Oh, no. Gino center.
Swap the 2. So you'd have Novak.
I'm just listing names. I'm just listing names.
Gotcha.
So it'd probably be Novak, Gino, Tomasino.
Okay.
That's my second line. Third line, you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen, Raquel. is that center, 3 lines deep. That's a Stanley Cup team. Okay.
Wow. All right.
Just kidding, guys.
All
We're
right.
not going to make it to the playoffs, but it's nice to dream. It's nice to dream. Josh, let's move into defensemen, shall we?
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite defenseman.
Yes.
I cannot go on Penguins Twitter without seeing this kid's name. Listen, Harrison Brunick. Guys, I don't think he makes the roster. Everyone is saying he's going to make the roster. He's going to make the roster. No, I don't think so. I think he's going to play all year in Wilkes-Barre, get him used to the travel, get him used to the nonstop playing. I say use him, abuse him, get ready for what the NHL has to offer. We still have a bunch of defensemen on this team.
Yeah, we do.
So it's not like we need defensemen. We just need our defensemen of the future to get some reps in. Here's an even bolder take. He doesn't see the Pittsburgh Penguins at all until next year.
Wow. I think that's a super hot take because I think if I remember correctly, it was Josh Yohe who tweeted out that Harrison Brunick is the best defenseman on the team. And that's putting him above the likes of Chris Letang and Erik Karlsson. So
Sure.
I think as much of a shoo-in as Phil Tomasino is at making the roster.
Wow.
I think Harrison Brunick is as well.
That's a hot take.
Yeah,
That's a
I
hot
think
take.
I do believe that there is some truth behind the fact that Sullivan did not want to play some of Dubas's guys. And I think now with Dan Muse at the helm, who maybe believes in Dubas's vision, is going to play his guys. And I think it started last year with Harrison Brunick, and it's continuing this year with Ben Kindle. I think they're both going to make it.
That is a really wild take. Josh, we have 2 more names on this list. Wow, that is wild. And here's where it's a little tricky here. Because as much as I think Brunick is not going to make the roster, and I'm like for sure of it, this guy I'm for sure thinking is going to make it. It's Owen Pickering. I think he is a shoo-in. He's a young guy. He's ready to play. He's paid his time. He's paid his dues. He did his time in Wilkes-Barre. Come on up, baby. Owen Pickering. Okay. You were up in Pittsburgh a little bit here and there last season. You make your official start and continuation. He does not get sent down. He's going to be in the bottom defenseman pairings, but he's going to be a Pittsburgh Penguin for the rest of the season, Josh.
Okay. Yeah, no complaints from me. Only argument I will give you is I believe he's the second pairing. I would put him with Brunick, second pairing.
Jeez. You're throwing Brunick in the fire. You're trial by fire for Brunick.
Let's go, baby.
That kid is going to have years of trauma thanks to Josh because you want him to start.
Here's the thing. It is sink or swim for the Penguins now, okay? You have the coach that you want in terms of Dubas. You have the coach that you want. You have the players that you want.
Jeepers.
Make it happen. And if you sink, guess what? You're rewarded with a very high chance of getting Gavin McKenna. So congratulations. But you swim, you're swimming, baby.
Yeah,
and
who
knows what can happen.
Oh, jeez. All right, last on the defenseman, Chase Pytilla?
I'm going with Pytilla.
Pytilla, Josh.
Pytilla?
Hey, say it with me. Not making the roster.
Not making it.
Listen, Chase, excuse me. You were in Wheeling. You played in Wilkes-Barre. And either you're going to be a Wilkes-Barre congratulations, you're going to be a Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguin.
He'll probably be in the next wave of cutdowns. It's my guess.
Trims, Josh. Trimmings.
Sorry, trimmings.
Your word, not mine. Josh, let's move to the goaltenders. There is only one name on that list besides Joel Blomqvist, who's injured. Who? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay.
All good.
Yeah. All good. First name on this list, Sergei Murashov. Josh.
Yes.
Sergei Murashov? You make the NHL roster?
Okay. So if
I just want to preface what Josh is about to say. He has Brunick starting the second defenseman pairing, and what he's about to say is absolutely wild compared to the Brunick pick. Go ahead, Josh. Tell everyone.
So I have to stay consistent because in one of our previous videos, we talked about who will be the goaltenders in the NHL. And I said it was going to be Tristan Jarry and Artur Silovs. So if that's the case, Sergei Murashov will not make the NHL roster. Now,
but
that is with
everyone's saying he's the best goaltender.
That is with the caveat of who is currently on the roster right now. If things change, which Louie is going to tell you things are going to change, then sure, he's going to make it. But as of right now, with today's roster, he does not make it. So, Louie, go ahead with your
I've already said it. It's not a hypothesis. It's good. It's just good managing of a hockey team. You have a guy who's making $5 million who can't even stop the puck. So listen, here's what you do. You get rid of Tristan Jarry. You have Artur Silovs starting. Okay? He's our starter. And Murashov is the backup. So yes, I think he's going to be up there. And I know what you're going to say. Louie, that's a wild take. But guess what? Joel Blomqvist is injured currently right now. So even if we don't get rid of Tristan Jarry, there's still a possibility Murashov does get the start in Pittsburgh. Do you know what I'm saying? Not because Silov's going, but because of Jarry going down to Wilkes-Barre. We could still see that. So here's my thing. Murashov definitely makes the NHL roster. We got one last goaltender. Oh, wait. Did you have something to say to that?
No. I was going to go right into that. You got it. Go for it.
The last goaltender on the list is someone that we've already established is on the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's Artur Silovs. Artur Silovs, which is younger than I thought. All right. But young goaltender was in Vancouver organization. We got him in a trade. What was it? In June. Nope, July. Sorry, I need to know my months. In July. And has had a great record. Great record. Just the save percentages are better than every goaltender on our list.
Yeah, I think he had like a 92% save percentage when he was in AHL. Almost at Wilkes-Barre.
.908.
908. All right. Okay. Rounding 91.
Yeah, not 91. He's good. Yeah. So actually, I'm sorry. Murashov had a better save percentage, which
I think he was he 92? Is that where I'm getting
91.3 in Wilkes-Barre.
Okay. All right. They're both technically 91.
Let's just round it up. Even though that's not how math works, we'll round it up. Artur Silovs, once again, I believe, no matter how you spin it, I don't think Jarry, Murashov, Blomqvist, doesn't matter. There's one constant. There's one guy who's always going to be where he's at, and that's Artur Silovs. He's definitely going to be starting in the Pittsburgh Penguins.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Is that I know there are people out there that are going to clip this up and just be like, in like not even a month, in 2 weeks, freezing cold takes by Josh and Louie.
I don't even know. They're going to be like, watch. I'm like, there's one constant. It's Artur Silovs.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And we deal them. We deal them. We deal them the day this episode comes out.
All right, guys. Well, now it is time for you to let us know who your shoo-ins are for these young guys. 24 and under. Let us know who you think are going to make the roster on opening night, October 7th. Speaking of opening night, October 7th, that's when we start going live after every single regular season game. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms so you get the notification of when we go live so you can join in on the conversation. So until then, Louie, as always,
let's go, Pens.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Trinidad shot. Penguins win it!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
We're a collective.